Okay, I'm here at the house on 1702 Tiffany Pines Circle. I'm going to go over what I believe needs to be repaired, get it up to par for a rental. And I'm looking at the roof to myself. The roof doesn't even look that bad, but it's going to look great. I guess you guys have this being replaced tomorrow. Just on the outside of the house, the yard doesn't really need cutting right now. But there are certain areas that do need cutting, and might as well get it all done in one swoop to make it nice, crisp, and clean. Around this tree here, just have that brought down. The backyard can use it as well. And the yard pretty much goes all the way back to where that cinder block sitting on the ground over there. Now around the house, the siding doesn't look like it needs to be repainted, but I would plan on that being done in the next 5 years. I don't see any wood rot except for in the front of the house. And we'll get to that just now. Garage door's in good shape. Okay, this is where your laundry vent comes out. Now right here you have some blue tape, and you can see here that the little bit of wood rot on that spot there. All these spots where you see the blue tape. And that's about it. The front just needs a sweeping and maybe a little pressure washing. That's not even necessary. Okay, doorbell works. Front door's in good shape. Now on the inside, I'm just going to say generally we would need to do a complete cleaning of the entire house at the final of the renovations. There's a lot of spots on the walls that need to be repaired. There's a little hole there. In some of the bedrooms, it's not as good looking as it is in the living room. Hopefully you have some good light. But there are spots that need to be painted. Chances are it's going to be hard to find the exact color of paint that's been used before. There's a smear all the way around there. So my suggestion would be to just go ahead and get the entire house painted on the inside. While you're at it, the ceiling's not in bad shape. But if you can see, there are some spots where when they painted before, they touched the ceiling. Not a big deal. Again, you can just consider it when it's having the inside of the house painted. You might have the ceiling sprayed once. That way it'll look crisp for many years to come. There are some areas right in the center there where it valleys, and that's falling away a little bit, probably because of some roof leak. Okay, ceiling fan, and it looks like a nice fan. It is falling, so it needs to be tightened up. We'll go into the dining area. This bar here in the front could use some supports underneath it. And I'd put maybe just one on each side. It's not in bad shape, but it is loosening here in the corner. Now the interior, this is definitely loosened up. And you can see there's a bit of a crack on that. And that goes about halfway down. And that needs to be tightened up as well. Just to give you an idea, when we get to the master bathroom, there will be a countertop that we're going to suggest getting replaced, but you can of course just scrape it and recaulk it. However, if you were to put granite in this place, we have a guy locally that could do the entire kitchen, more than likely, the entire kitchen, including the top part here, and the master bathroom. Granite installed, sink installed as well, for roughly $1,500 to $1,600. But I'll present that to you with the paperwork. In the meantime, it's fine. It just needs to be cleaned and recaulked, the countertops. The stove and dishwasher seem to be working fine. The garbage disposal seems to be fine. These cabinets, they're this one here has a little spot where someone has punched it. And of course they need a heavy cleaning. Now, it is possible that you might want to consider painting the cabinets a fresh color. Down here it's heavily worn, and that's kind of like that everywhere. Again, that's not necessary. Obviously you get better rent, better tenants if it looks crisp. That could just be cleaned. We'd probably not get as much rent for it. Countertops are fine as long as they're cleaned and recaulked. That pretty much summarizes the kitchen. Replacing some light bulbs, fixing the countertops, painting and cleaning, of course. We have 2 windows where the lock, if you can see, I don't know if this zooms in well, the lock here is broken. So that'll need to be replaced, little pieces, little things like that. Going into the porch. The ceiling fan needs to be replaced. You can either stick another fan there or a light fixture would be just fine. The screen doors, there's 2 of them. They both need to have some repairs done on them. And of course the screen over here has fallen away. So minor work to be done on that. This screen here needs to be reattached. And these need to be replaced or repaired, the doors. Okay, you have a little bit of spray paint on the floor in here. Again, if we're having someone out to the house to paint, might as well put some concrete paint on here and give it one big color. It'll make it look real fresh. There is one other piece of some possible, not even wood rot, that would be fine, just to be left alone. But so that would finish up the porch. The door here could use some repair right here on the trim. And maybe again, if you could paint it, that would work very nicely, but it's not necessary. The repair would need to be done, and that's just on the trim, I believe. The seal's broken as well. That's an easy piece to replace. Yeah, it looks like they had a dog before that has chewed into the door, so again, we could have somebody stick wood putty, smooth it out, and then just repaint it or restain it. Again, if you left it that way, we'd just end up having not as good rent and not as good of tenants. In the garage, it's a garage, you don't need to do too much in here, just remove all the trash and the carpet that's on the floor there, and just give it a sweep. The garage door works fine. Okay, now we're going to go into the 3 bedrooms and the hall bath and the master bath. Again, we just need these the walls painted. This room here with the green walls does not have a bifold in the closet, so we need to install a closet bifold. This little bedroom, I believe this is the one that has also the, no, not this one. This one has a issue with the AC, just needs to be tightened up and some popcorn thrown back up there. It seems to be sloping a little bit. It needs a globe for the ceiling fan. Of course, heavy cleaning. In certain areas we're without light switch covers or outlet covers. This is a weird looking one there. And then of course some spots they're not there at all. So I'd recommend having all of those replaced with the same color. And here's fine, maybe we'll just do the white ones. Some of them have paint on them. That one over there does. Either way, those are cheap to replace. Okay, in the hall bathroom, again, just a heavy cleaning, scrubbing the floors. The bathroom tile looks like it's in good shape. The bathtub itself has some rust spots around the drain. Those aren't going to come up very easily. We can give you a quote on having someone come in and refinish the entire bathtub to make it sharp. Again, you could just have it heavily cleaned and see where we go from there. The guts to the toilet seat cover, which I move. Those are old and worn out. We flushed it earlier and it continues to run, so those need to be replaced. A lot of these things are inexpensive. Of course, the painting won't be cheap, but it would make the house very crisp. All right, into the master bedroom, we would want to do the carpet shampooing on the floor. And this window here does not have blinds at all. I'd recommend putting in blinds that match the others throughout the house. And there is also, which is hard to see on the video, I understand, the lock is broken on that one as well. We would need to readjust this closet door because it scrapes the floor, very difficult to open. That would need to be done. Of course, when we repaint the walls, you'll cover up that wood in there as well. Obviously, there's some light bulbs missing. We'd have to replace those as well. In the master bathroom, Aside from cleaning it, here's your kitchen or your bathroom vanity. You know, for a couple $100, we can have a granite slab put in there with a granite backsplash. It would look very nice, and it would, you know, make the homeowners very happy, or the tenants, that is. Or you could just regrout, scrape and regrout. This is supposed to be white, and it's pretty much dark brown and red. It should be the color of in between the white and black there. So that can be done as well. The checker tile countertops aren't that hot, but again, we want to save, we can. Now in the master bathroom, the just needs a heavy duty cleaning, and chances are you'll want to re-grout in certain areas. You have different colored tiles in certain areas. If you can tell on the back wall there, doesn't look horrible. Of course, we'll need to have it cleaned and re-grouted. Again, we can have Bathtub Man give a quote on refinishing every tile in here to make it look crisp and brand new, making the tacky tiles in the bottom there go away. They can be white. Replace the toilet seat. It's got some kind of stain. And light switches. We need to replace the light switch. That one doesn't work. Again, painting and cleaning throughout will really crisp the house up. With this in here, it's rusted on the bottom. We would have some Rust-Oleum painted on that, and that piece would be used just fine. So that ends the master bedroom. Light bulbs that are missing, replacing light switch and outlet covers. We've seen some of that. Oh, in the hall bath, we need to replace the toilet paper spring. I believe that covers everything. Again, the big job is going to be obviously replacing the roof, repainting the entire inside of the house. The fixtures are just fine. You're going to need to replace a few, like the one in the outside, but that'll be about it. I'll put this all in writing and send it to you as well. Thanks.